Hey everybody, Martika here. We made it, y'all. This is the last day of 2024, and I'm pretty excited about seeing what's to come in 2025. So, let's talk about a few things. The first thing we're going to talk about is Sew the Trends. This is a challenge that is hosted by T from Crumpets Tea and Sewing and co-hosted by myself and Talisha of Creativity by T. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about some things that I did not accomplish this year, a few things. And then I'm going to talk about some things that I did accomplish and what you are going to be seeing in 2025. So let's get started with Sew the Trends. So the Trend is a challenge that was put together by T from Crumpets Tea and Sewing. If you have seen her videos or if you are a part of her channel, if you are not, go and subscribe. She has been putting together some really trendy and very cute outfits for this challenge. And then also check Talisha from Creativity by T out. But mine, I was inspired after surfing the internet of this three-piece lounge set. So basically, I gave the details at the end of December about this challenge. And it's almost like my Let's Sew Blue was, where you find an inspiration photo, but you wanted to do it in like colors that's trending and like maybe patterns that's trending, but you could step outside the box of what was shown. And that's what I did. First of all, I found this three-piece lounge set that was really, really cute. It just caught my eye. The first thing that caught my eye was the color. I thought that this green knit was so cute. And then the fact that it was like a three-piece lounge set. Oh yeah. And the fact she had on sandals with it. So that let me know right off the bat, oh yeah, this is something you can kind of throw on some sandals and wear out, or throw on some tennis shoes and even some heels if you want to dress this thing up. You can do that. So I said, I'm going to make that. But in order to put that look together, I know I had in mind the duster and the tank that I was going to do, but not the pants. So I started thumbing through my pattern book and I found a pattern that was perfect for the pants. So I'm going to share this with you. And for the pants, I did Vogue 1835, and that is this pattern right here. And I did these pants there. Now, I knew that the pants that the model from the inspiration photo had worn was a tie up. It had like a drawstring waist. And so I said, I wonder if these do. So I turned it over, and lo and behold, y'all, the line drawing showed me that these were, it had a drawstring waist. So I was really happy about that. Um, to get this exact look, I would have had to get a fabric something like that. But I wasn't going through all that because your girl wasn't going to buy no fabric. I have plenty here. And I'll talk about this fabric in just a moment. But let me show you the pattern that I did the duster and the tank from. And I did Simplicity 9716. And if you remember, Talisha and I, a while back, we had collaborated with this pattern and we did the whole pattern. And so I did view C, I did that duster, and I shortened it by about 5 inches. And then I did view A. Now, the model from the inspiration photo, her tank was like a spaghetti strap. But I knew that I didn't want that because I wanted to be able to comfortably wear my bra with it. I didn't want to do like a strapless on there. So I did this tank because it does have like wider straps on it. So that was just perfect. And the sizes, I will tell you the sizes that I cut out for these. Um, for the duster and the tank, it was a size 18 due to the bust measurement. Now, for the duster, if I am not mistaken, I believe I might have cut out a 14 for the duster itself. Now, for the pants, thanks to Talisha, because she had recently did this pattern with the Sew Your View challenge that happens every month on Instagram. They just did this pattern in November, and she told me, she said, "Girl, if you're gonna do those pants," she said, "I would strongly suggest sizing down because even in your size, they can tend to run a little big, and I'm sure that that is dependent on the fabric you're using." Well, this waffle knit fabric that I use, it's not like a lot of it has a lot of stretch but not like a lot of return to it, so it's not like the fitted type of knit. So I went ahead and I sized down to a medium. Now, due to the hip measurement, I probably would have normally did a large. And another thing, the finished garment measurements were not on the back of this pattern, they were on the pattern pieces, which was not helpful at all. But I remember that the sizing for the hip was a 38 or a 38 and a half, and that fell for the medium. I am like a 39, 40, somewhere in there, depends on the day. So I went on ahead and went with the medium, okay? And it gave me the fit that I needed. So Talisha, thank you, girl, for that, because I would have been mad if it would have been way big. So the pieces that were called for these pants was not a lot, and they were super easy. But you had your front, your back, your pocket, and your casing for the drawstring and the elastic. That was it. For the tank, you had your front, your back, your neckband, and your armhole bands. That was it for that. For the duster, you had your front, your back, your band, and your sleeves and your pockets. That was it for that. All of these patterns are very easy, you guys. So if you are looking for an easy to sew pattern that I feel like you can dress up or dress down, these two you definitely want to have in your collection. And that's Vogue 1835 and Simplicity 9716. Definitely some you should have because they go a long way. So yeah, I hope that you all were able to, catch some of the looks of this challenge. If you participated in this challenge, thank you for participating. It was a fun challenge. The fabric that I have is a waffle knit, as I mentioned before. I got this at Walmart in some bundles. They were like $2 for 2 yards, and I bought like 6 bundles to make sure I had enough fabric for what I was making. You guys, I have 2 whole bundles left. And if I put all the remnants left from all of this that I cut, I probably have a good 3 yards of this fabric left. Okay. So you can probably say this is probably about 3 yards altogether. So 2, 4, 6, let me see, two, 3.5 yards, I would say. So I use 2, 4, 6, 8. I might have used 4 bundles just to get the different cuts that I needed out of it. But this is under $10, okay? What I am wearing, the price that I paid for this fabric, under $10. So I think that that's a steal either way it goes, okay? So drawstring, I already had it in my collection there, in my stash. I already have it in my sewing stuff. So yeah, on the only other thing that was needed was thread. No interfacing at all was needed for any of these pieces, which makes it even the more easy and faster. All right. So this is my Sew the Trends look. You see the photos. I hope that you like this. It's very comfortable. I can definitely be in this day in and day out. And I'm probably going to need to make another set because I already know I'm going to wear this out. Washing and wearing, I'm going to wear it out. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. So let's move on. I'm going to talk about just briefly some things that I did not accomplish. And one of them was make 9. Okay. I told y'all I wasn't going to do it again at the beginning of this year. And I said, no, you know what? I'm going to try it again. I did not complete it. And I'm going to tell you why I didn't. Because there are things that I was sewing over and over and over again that I was getting a lot of wear out. So the things that I had listed on my Make Nine, it wasn't falling into place as far as what I needed. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not doing Make Nine again. All right. I'm not doing it again. Because yeah, it just doesn't work for me. And I am totally getting away from things that don't work for me. All right. It's called creating more space for what's working and creating more peace for less stress. All right. So I will not be doing Make Nine again coming up in 2025. I tried it after I said I wasn't going to. I did it and still it did not happen. So I did not finish that. There were some projects this year that you all never saw or heard about because it went straight into my remnant bin because it was a hot mess. So those are things that I did not complete as well. There were some challenges that I thought that I wanted to be a part of, but I just did not have the time to be a part of it or to do things. There were times that I didn't even enter my sewing room for weeks because one, either I didn't feel like sewing, or two, I was too busy with other things. Okay. It happens. Life happens. And not only this YouTube channel, but I have my blog. I have my main business. For those of you who don't know, I'm an esthetician and I specialize in lash artistry. So I'm a lash artist, and that's where I had to put a lot of my attention at also. So, you have to sometimes pivot and you have to put your focus into things that you need to make happen and into things that are very, very important in your life at the moment. Family, things like that. Your home. You have to pay attention to those things. And sometimes that means falling back from that thing that you are doing, not just for yourself, but for others too. And you have to take care of business, okay? Personal business, business, and things like that. So those are some of the things that I did not get completed. Another thing I did not get completed, and it is on my radar for the beginning of this year, and that is getting my sewing room decorated the way that I want to. You guys, I have so many ideas for my sewing room, and 2024 was like this. It was a roller coaster ride. And I don't even ride roller coasters, so I was not enjoying that part of it. And I did not get my sewing room decorated the way that I wanted to. So that is like one of my top priorities is getting my space the way that I want to get it. Okay. It's also going to include getting rid of some stuff too that I don't need. Okay, you know how we sewers can do. We can collect a bunch of stuff and then we turn around and 5 years later we see we haven't used it. So I need to get rid of some things. But yeah, so those are some things that I did not get completed. But some things that I did get completed are the fashions that you saw throughout the year. I did get those completed. I did wear a lot of the things that I sold this year. I am so happy about that because sometimes we could get into this sewing life and we just sew. And then we look up, we don't wear half of what we're sewing. You guys, this year I wore my stuff and I am so pleased. Not only that, the things that I wore every time, which was most of the time that I wore something of mine, I got so many compliments on it. And when I say, thank you, I made this, people were just taken aback. They were, oh my God, no, you didn't. You did not make that. You guys, that feels so good. And I want more of that, okay? More of sewing things that I want to wear, more of sewing things that I know I'm going to wear and enjoy wearing. So, because I really have a handle on that, I'm going to be getting rid of like fabric and patterns that I know is not going to suit what I need. I may be using that fabric to make things to give as gifts. Okay, not clothes, but things to give as gifts. Okay, but it's just, I've just really just been enjoying wearing my fashions. Not only that, when you sew for yourself, you're sewing it for you and it's custom sized for you. It feels so good and it is so comfortable. Can I get an amen? Okay. I don't have any clothes in my closet that are more comfortable than the things that I make for myself. Seriously. It's just something about it. It's like you know that you have proportioned this just for you, and I could sleep in the things that I wear. So, yeah, those are some more of the things that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be getting more into some crocheting. I've been enjoying that this year. So I'm going to be, kind of showing you some things that I am working on. I'm not going to be teaching crocheting. I am following instructions myself, and I am going to be dusting off my Cricut cutter. Okay, my Cricut cutter had been sitting up in the closet almost all year. I'm so sorry, Cricut cutter. And I'm going to be getting out my Cricut cutter and putting it to use. I got new needles for it, and I want to put that to use because I absolutely love using it. But I got so involved in so many other things, I never pulled it out. So I'm going to be pulling it back out and working on some different type of crafts. Okay. So I'm going to be showing you just throughout what I'm doing because it's okay to do other things besides sew. I strongly encourage you to have other hobbies besides just sewing because there's going to be times that you don't feel like sewing, but you feel like working with your hands. That's where crocheting came in for me. I pulled my needles back out. I ordered other needles and got yarn and stuff, and I'm able to take it with me and continue to work with my hands. It's just that I didn't feel like sewing, but I wanted to be doing something. So whether that is cross stitching or painting or knitting or whatever, crocheting for you, do that thing. Okay, when you don't feel like sewing, or when you just feel like crafting, or just when you want to do something else, do that. Okay, just enjoy your craftiness and your creativity this year because that's what I'm doing. Another thing that you guys will be seeing snippets of are things that I'm making. Yesterday, let me tell y'all, I made a delicious chicken noodle soup. That soup was so good. Let me tell I can give some of these restaurants a run for their money with this soup. So I'm pretty happy about it. And I have some different things that I want to be trying out with this chicken noodle soup, but it turned out very, very good. And I make a lot of tofu scrambles and crispy tofu and things like that. I make a lot of wraps and things. So I'll be showing you snippets, whether it's in like my stories or whatever, of things that I'm doing, but just kind of sharing a little bit more of me, a little bit more of like a vlog, but not a vlog, but just kind of just sharing some things that I'm doing just to just let you get to know me just a little bit more. And when it comes to some of these things, you guys, let me know in the comments what you want to see. Y'all know how I am about tutorials, okay? I'm not very good at, doing recording and putting out tutorials, but you let me know in the comments more of what you want to see. And if you are not subscribed to my blog, I said, if you're not subscribed to my blog, please go and do so, okay? Because I have put out quite a few blogs out there, some reviews, but some information, some things about sewing and different things that you might find very, very interesting and very helpful too. So, you can go to martikajmakes.com. You'll find the link in the description box, and you can subscribe to my blog there. And there will be more of that coming out. Also, you can subscribe to my newsletter as well. So when you do fill out that form, you are subscribing to the newsletter, so you'll know about the blogs and things like that. My newsletter I put out once a month, and I try to put in like a little recipe of like one of my hot drinks or one of my cold drinks or something really, really easy that I think that you'll enjoy. They're sugar free, but you can use sugar if you want to. But I usually try to put something like that within my newsletters as well. So it was a lot, y'all. This video was a lot, but I wanted to get it out this last day of the year and just kind of say Happy New Year, and that I will see you in the new year as we move forward together and have a lot of fun in 2025. So thanks for joining. Thank you for your support of my channel. Mwah. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the new year. Have a great one. Bye bye.